Hello there, my name is PolishLynx, welcome to Yousei. And as you can see, it's death. Something bad happened and we need to find out what it is. Lime gives voice to what we both already know. My Kangai and hers are both churning the presence of their body, someone who died recently from the feel of it. Listen, if you wanna stay out here, I can tell Aki you're not feeling well. She shakes her head.
I will go.
I take a deep breath and still my nerves. Then let's go together. She nods and we approach the tower. As we enter the tower, I feel another wave of no sea wash over me. I look around the small room, but there is nothing here. The sound of voices floats down from above us. It must be upstairs. Lime and I look at each other and nod. The two of us laboriously climb the wooden stairs up at the top of the bell tower. With each step I find it hard to breathe. I can't remember being this tired before. Whatever this death was, it must have been brutal to leave such a strong emotional imprint. I have reached the top of the staircase and freeze. My mind screams out, telling me to turn around, to look away, but I don't move. Behind me I hear Lime catch her breath. In the far corner of the room, Naoki sits curled in a trembling ball. His face is stained with tears. Aki is kneeling next to him, holding him close and whispering words of comfort into his ear. At the other end of the room lies the remains of mangled corpse crushed by the wave of the university's giant copper bell. The mouth of the bell has nearly removed his torso. The body hangs precariously over the edge of the tower. The edge of the bell is still dripping with blood, and splatters of crimson trail down the tower walls. Aaron paces back and forth, speaking a jumble of frantic words into a phone.
No, I don't know.
A voice at the other end of the phone tries to calm him down, but he grows increasingly agitated.
No, you don't get it. It's Dr. Johansson.
What? My stomach threatens to abandon me entirely, and I'm suddenly glad that I didn't eat any lunch yet. Dr. Johansson, the only man who had answers, now lies in front of me, shorn nearly in two.
Con.
Huh? Aki's voice snaps me out of my daze. She's staring directly at me. Naoki lies in her arms. His body is shivering and his eyes are shut tight.
You need to go. Your Kansai is going to overpower you if you stay any longer.
I nod and turn away. She's right. I sit on the top step of the staircase and breathe slowly, trying to get my bearings. Lime sits beside me. She looks sad and terrified and very, very confused. Are you okay? She starts and blinks a few times, as if I've surprised her. Are you okay? She pauses to think carefully about her answer and sort out her emotions from ours.
No, I am not okay.
Yeah, me neither. We both stare down the long staircase of steps that we so painstakingly ascended. Neither of us wants to turn back to face the grotesque body. Finally, May takes a deep breath and stands. We need to leave.
Yes.
The longer we stay here, the worse it's going to be. We make our way down the staircase carefully. With every step I can feel the wave of the dead lifting slightly. At the bottom I pause for a moment to catch my breath. I can still hear voices echoing through the stone tower. Aaron sounds even more frantic than before. Something warm splashes against my cheek. Huh? I suddenly feel sick again. I reach up and touch my cheek. I look at my hand. My fingers are stained with blood. No, please. I didn't touch the body, but I've still come into contact with the deceased. My Kangai is already creeping into my mind. I bite my tongue, trying to force myself to stay conscious, but I can feel my knees buckling under me.
Kangai!
I don't want to relieve this man's death. I don't. My struggles are useless. I can't hold back my Kangai anymore. The world goes black. I brace myself for the pounding that this man received, but it doesn't come. Instead, every part of my body screams with pain. I instinctively tighten my jaw and my jaw complies. Wait, since when I was able to control my actions during these visions? There is something wet in my throat. I try to cold it up. In the distance I can hear the faint echo of someone coughing. Is that me? I hear frenzied voices. Who's talking? Slowly I turn my head and force my eyes open. Aki is kneeling on the ground in front of me, staring at me with horror. She instinctively turns Naoki's head away from me and rests his face in her shoulder. Aaron stands nearby, open-mouthed. His phone slips from his hand and stands on the stone floor with a dim clatter. I can't hear it, but it sounds so distant. I turn my head slowly. Where is the body? I don't see it anywhere. As I look around the room, realization sinks in. I can't see it because I am the corpse. I try to speak, but my throat is filled with blood. Little more than the sound of chalk bubbling escapes from my lips. Aki looks like she's saying something, but my vision is starting to blur. Before I can do anything else, the world around me fades away. I see faces now, people I don't recognize, voices I don't know. There is a wave on my chest. I'm seeing it further and further, and the wave keeps pushing harder. Bright colors fill my vision, and my body feels like it's on fire. Everything feels like it's spinning faster and faster. I scream, but I don't hear anything. Finally, the world turns black. My body ages. So does my head. I open my eyes slowly and find myself back in the sleep study room. I take a moment to inspect it more carefully. It's modestly decorated, but the colors appear carefully selected to be as uninteresting as possible. I'm lying in the bed. The mattress is equally blunt, not terribly comfortable, not terribly uncomfortable. All in all, I had never seen a room quite so neutral. So we meet again.
Kangai.
I turn my head to see Lynx sitting in a chair beside my bed. Hey, what happened?
You passed out.
Aki leans against the wall at the far end of the room. Her arms are crossed and her expression remains casual.
Don't say any more. Someone might be listening.
Her eyes briefly flick towards the mirror set in the wall. Right. I hope Jupiter and her team aren't observing me right now. That would be all kinds of creepy. I give Aki a small nod and turn my head to face the ceiling again. Where's Izaki?
He's sleeping at the dorm.
Is he okay?
No, he isn't. He's overwhelmed and sick.
Sorry. I turn my head back and forth to inspect the blonde room. So, what am I doing here?
Resting. Aaron's in his bed, Kizaki's in the other one. We figured you'd like a proper place to rest other than the floor.
Thanks. Aki allows a thin smile to crack across her face.
Thank Li Mei. She's the one who did most of the heavy lifting.
Huh? She sounds terse. Is there something I'm missing?
What are you talking about?
I mean, are you mad at me or something? Aki's expression tightens.
You let my brother go off on his own. You let him experience that horror.
I let him go, since when I was his babysitter, in case you haven't noticed, he's a grown adult. He's not a child to be doted on. Li Mei glanced at me, then Aki. She looks worried.
I'm well aware he's not a child, but I'm not sure you understand that. You're the one who dismissed his concerns. If you trusted his judgment, you wouldn't have sent him off on his own like that.
That doesn't change the fact that it was his choice to go.
Kangai.
You know what? I think you're angry because he went and did something without your precious permission. I've seen how you treat him. You tell him where to go and what to say without any regard for what he wants. You just hate the fact that he made the decision without your approval. Aki's eyes widen and she advances towards me.
You don't understand what it's like for him.
Li Mei stands quickly and places herself between us.
Stop.
It's the first time I've seen her look so determined.
You are both scared and confused, and you're mistaking it for anger. We only have each other. Please do not destroy what we have.
Li Mei.
Li Mei nods at Aki.
Go see him. He needs you.
With a sigh, Aki steps back and shakes her head.
You're right.
She smiles sadly at Li Mei.
I'm sorry for making this hard on you.
She takes a moment to regain her composure before speaking again.
We'll have to talk later, Con. About what happened at the tower?
Right, yeah. Aki nods and shuts the door softly behind her. Li Mei sits at the foot of my bed and stares at me with wide open eyes. Wide eyes! I don't know, I'm used to wide open eyes, something like that.
You're hurting.
A little, I'm still not sure what happened.
What?
Li Mei's voice is so quiet, I almost missed what she said. But I lean toward her and she lowers her head to meet mine.
Kansai is strongest through touch. Contact with blood amplifies it. It is the purest and the strongest.
She reaches out and places her hand on mine for a brief second before flinching. My head is still throbbing. It must hurt her too much simply to touch me. Sorry.
No.
She turns away from me. I can tell she wants to say more, but she's struggling to find the words. We sit in a tense silence for a minute, avoiding eye contact. Listen, Yousei shakes her head.
Please just rest.
She smiles and rests her hand gently on mine again.
I will be near.
Thanks. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. This time sleep comes easily. Gone are the bright lights and the wave on my chest. I feel like I can breathe again. I'm not sure how long I sleep, but by the time I wake up, my mind is a lot clearer. Whoa. I sit up slowly, my body feels stiff. I look around the room. Yousei is in the chair beside me, sleeping. Even asleep, she sits upright, hands folded neatly in her lap. If it weren't for the subtle motion of her breathing, I mistake her for a work of art shaped by a master artisan. The lighting is still neutral. I can't tell if it's day or night. Now that I think about it, this room reminds me of that place. The lights were always the same, and the colors were always neutral. Now that brings back bad memories. I reach out and place my hand gently on Yousei's. Her skin feels cold to the touch. Yousei? Her eyes fly open, and in a single unbroken motion she leaps to her feet and snatches up the pen on the table. She brandishes it at me like a small dagger. Whoa, 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 whoa! I curl up on the bed and hold my hands up in self-defense. It's just me. She looks surprised. I didn't mean to startle you, I thought you might be sick or something. Yousei blinks a few times, as if she's just waking up for the first time. She looks down at the pen still clutched in her hand and flashes the light pink. Something wrong? She tosses the pen back on the table and averts her gaze.
No.
Okay, I get the hint. Conversation over. How long was I out for? She points to the bedside table. Unsurprisingly, Team Science has refrained from leaving a clock in the room, but the phone that Aki gave me is sitting next to the lamp. I pick it up and look at the screen. It's 5 PM already. Whoa, did I really sleep that long? Yousei nods. Where are the others?
Gone.
Okay. I dial Aki's number. The phone only rings once before she answers.
Kan, you're awake!
Evidently, where are you?
Back at the dorms. Taking care of Kizaki right now.
Kizaki. Someone else must be with her if she's calling him that. I can hear the faint sound of frenzied music in the background, some sort of video game. Arnold's with you, isn't he?
Got it in one. How are you feeling?
Like my head just got bashed in with a giant bell. She laughs, but it's forced.
Yeah, this day didn't turn out quite like we planned, huh?
I'm sure it went well according to someone's plan. She's quiet for a moment.
Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing. Why don't you come back to the dorms and we can chat about it?
Sounds good. I'm starving though.
Cafeteria's still open. Do you have your card?
I check my pocket. Yeah.
The two of you should get some food then. Come back when you're done.
Sounds good.
Talk to you later.
Later. I hang up and turn to Yousei, looking at me expectantly. Aki said we should go get something to eat.
Okay.
Okay. She turns and walks to the door. The hallway is still lit up with piercing light, but now that I know it's night outside, it feels a little colder. I walk slowly, carefully placing one foot in front of the next. I'm still feeling ill from whatever that was. Yousei holds in her trunks and tilts her head to the side. What's wrong? She glances at the door to the main lab. There's some sort of sound coming from inside. It sounds like someone talking. No, it's more panic than that. Is someone in trouble? I run to the door and throw it open.
Don't let it get away!
A blur of fur darts between my legs and into the hallway. Before I can react, Yousei steps forward and scoops it up in both hands. It's a small white rabbit with shining red eyes. Yousei carries it back into the lab.
Thank you so much.
Jupiter runs forward and lifts the rabbit from Yousei's hands. She walks it back to a small cage, lowers the rabbit in and shuts the door tightly. Jupiter leans back against the cabinet and sighs.
Crisis averted.
Yeah, that's cute! Yousei tentatively approaches the cage. Her eyes are wide with curiosity.
It's okay. You can look.
Yousei nods and I can see a faint smile on her face. She leans down until she and the rabbit are eye level with each other. The rabbit turns to her and its nose twitches. Limei scrunches up her nose to mirror its actions.
Looks like you've made a friend.
Limei nods once and leans in even closer. Jupiter smiles. She looks a lot more relaxed than she did this morning. You look happy.
Happy might be pushing it, but I'm definitely feeling better. Sometimes it's hard to keep a cool head when dealing with all the administration. Especially when the second in command slacks off all the time.
Second in command?
David, he's supposed to be in charge of inventory and making sure everything is where it belongs.
She points at the rabbit.
Like making sure all the rabbits' cages are locked properly.
I see he takes his job very seriously.
Indeed.
So what's up with the rabbit? Are you giving the super soldier some gamma radiation?
Nothing so dramatic. Just examining the effects of some drugs on various organs.
Oh yeah, curing cancer, huh? Jupiter rolls her eyes.
Hardly. What's the phrase? Too many cooks in the kitchen?
Too many cooks spoil the pot, I think. Jupiter considers the phrase for a moment.
Cancer isn't the only disease in the world, but it looks like it if you see what drug companies spend money on.
So we are not in it for the money.
I have enough already.
Eh? Jupiter brushes the question aside. So, how exactly do we examine the effects of these drugs anyway? Jupiter stares at me sympathetically before glancing at Limei. Limei straightens up and faces her calmly.
Do not worry on my account. This creature was born only to die for the sake of others. I understand.
Oh. I stare at the floor and kick at it a few times. That killed the conversation pretty fast. So, how about we end the episode here? Maybe. I think it's a good idea. So, see you in the next one. Bye.